Boat bottom cleaning on a Chris Craft yacht. I think it's 30 foot here in St. Mary's. The name is Persistence. Very nice boat. I'm sure the props are fouled on it. It's been all this year without being cleaned or the props done. Very nice boat. It's low slack tide right now. Yeah. Kind of get myself situated here. It ain't bad for one man or two people. Let's see here. Get myself around here. Tie it off here. Whew, tired. I think it's about 2:30 today. A couple extra nice anchors up there. Some chain, road line. So, been hot today. Real hot. I'm gonna get set up here. I'm gonna leave my phone right here, kind of. St. Mary's water is not the finest. It's actually probably the worst diving black water you'll ever do. It might have, well, especially right now, it's low tide, slack, coming too slack. Probably won't have, but 1.5 foot, 2 foot visibility with a bright dive light. It's like nighttime diving, but worse. Yeah, worse. Nobody wants to clean boat bottoms out here. Because the water's so black. Well, I think I'm the only regular diver out here. There's another diver that comes out, but he's real selective on what he does. I do it because, well, this is how I make my living, living on my sailboat. And I got all the jobs. Yep. And it's good when you pretty much get all the dive jobs. But right now in this, right here, right past the middle peak part of the hurricane season, and after Helena come by, and a few boats, a few of these boats ended up in the marsh. And got fouled props and things because they didn't want to have the boat bottoms cleaned and the props done and the rudders done. It's thrown me into a everybody wants theirs done now. So the hurricanes actually make a little bit more jobs and money for me. Probably for a lot of us divers. I guess it's always been that way. Probably always will be that way. We got another system coming in Monday. We just had Hurricane Helena come through last Thursday. Today is Tuesday, so we're not even talking, let's see, the next system ain't even going to be 10 days after. And I've got 2 part-time jobs, plus working for myself, doing diving and cleaning boat bottoms, doing prop jobs. I got 2 more sailboats to do after this power boat. And I'm going to try to get them all done before this next system. Been hot today, so this little dive job I got here, it will really feel good in the water. Now just kind of, for all y'all out there, I know there's a lot of people who do different things on different boats, but y'all don't face the tides like we do here. So this is a 50-foot line. Kind of show you what I got going on. And I got a loop. It's an arm length apart. From chest, from this shoulder to this arm length here, an arm length apart for every one of these loops that I stick my hand in and I hold. So when the tide changes or I'm doing something in a high current, I can tie this to the bow. And as I'm scraping and I'm moving down, I'm holding on to something. And I move each loop as I scrape across. I move down to the next one. That way I got a lifeline or something to hold on to. And this actually has been very, very good for me. Maybe not so good for everybody, but when you're in these 6-foot high tides and the current going out, it's really strong, and the incoming tide's not near as strong. So I try to start doing my diving before it gets slacked, where I don't have to actually use this. I start with the props. I move to the rudders, and then the last thing I do is the actual bottom. And clean out the through holes, so everything has plenty of room for drainage and flow. These barnacles and other things like to climb up through the through holes and clog them up, or sometimes grass will shoot down through the river during the currents and actually work its way up through a through hole that's open. Even go up in your sink area, which is really crazy. So different times of the year, different things. Not everybody knows all these different tasks, what all it takes to that us sailors and live abroads deal with on our boats. But there's a lot to this, a lot more than what you realize. So having a diver come out and do your boats, very, very, very important. I know a lot of people do a lot of their boats themselves, and that's good, and we should, because we get to inspect our own boats. But when you start moving around the regions and different areas, you face different climate changes, different grasses, different tides, different, like the barnacles here, anything with about a 5.5 foot tide, the barnacles grow like crazy, more than they do when you get past Vero Beach or going down to the Keys. The water starts clearing up. This water's solid black. A lot of it's just black. Can't see. So a lot of different things that people face. But I've been here for going on 2 years, year and a half, a little over, in St. Mary's, doing my own boat, doing other boats. It's kind of a pattern. I don't think there's going to be any webbing of grass built up in the barnacles this late in the year. And the water temperature is just now starting to cool down a little bit. So the barnacles will start not multiplying as fast. Depending on how long your boat bottom's been painted, will depend on how many barnacles build up on it. So the older the paint is, the faster they build up. The newer paints, depending on what paint you have, keeps the barnacles. This one here, I haven't felt under or tried it yet. I'm thinking maybe it might be a 1/2 inch. Starting to cluster a little bit more, maybe. Sporadic. Props probably really got a lot of cluster, so the current here is really crazy. So the further out to the Florida banks that you get over here, because half of this river is Georgia and half of it is Florida, and you get over to the Florida side, the more current there is, the more barnacle build up on boats. That's one thing I can say, other than moving over to the Georgia side. This is just talking from experience. So the more current, the more barnacles. Georgia side doesn't have near as much current because there's a bend back here, and it hits this side of the bend and comes down the river. Goes right back there to this back corner. Hits back there by the new marina, really strong. Turns back south. So anything on the west side of the marina, which is a big sandbar back here, but anything on the west side will grow less barnacles also. And when I say less barnacles, it's probably 1/3 less barnacles on your boat than what it would be over here in the main current. So what I'm using today, I think I've already done a video before. So what I'm doing today is I've got a 2300 starting watts power inverter, 1800 watts running. Of course, I've got my double lined Harbor Freight McGraw oilless air tank, 150 psi with 2 lines right here. Double divers can dive off of it. Lifeline, my day cord, my dive bag. 50-foot airline. Stainless steel scraper and a 5-way to do the props with the shaft. Got a shorty. I don't need a full wetsuit, I don't think right now. I do have a full wetsuit. It's thinner material than this one. So if I ever use it, I'll put it on underneath my shorty. Water temperatures ain't got that cold yet. Anyway. So just kind of giving everybody an idea of what. This is a very, very nice yacht though. It's a 30. It says Persistent 37. It's a power boat. Double thrust, 2 motors, inboards. Nice, very clean. Nice, very clean. This is a full-time live abroad on this boat. Yeah. Very nice live abroad boat. Go up to the captain's helm at the top. Kind of give you an idea of what. Nice solars. Very nice. Very nice setup. Raymarine. Nice speaker systems. Very nice helm. Good looking compass. Bimini goes up here. Kind of give you a look around what St. Mary's looks like from up at the helm. This is the owner of the Dodgers baseball team, owns this dock right here. So he's got all this equipment sitting in here. I think it was Matthew that tore all of this up, and it went way, way out to about right there. And he's redoing everything just like it was before. Restaurant down at the end of the dock on the land that is open. It's called Locals Dockside. This is the fishing pier right here. This is the city dinghy boat dock, and there's another city dinghy boat dock right here. And that's Snugglehead's bait shop where I work part-time right there at the end of this dock. This is the National Park Service right here boat. Then you got Cumberland Queen 2, and Cumberland Queen 3. These are the 3 boats to take you out to Cumberland Island. And then you got the city transient dock that sailors and cruisers come in on. And right there, and they just opened up last January. So you can do pump outs, get water. They got electricity. I think it's the price is $373 a foot for boat per night, which is kind of expensive. So a 31-foot sailboat like I have would cost you over $100 a night. But they do have a house that is up there on the land, and it's got a full kitchen. You can do your laundry, you can take showers. It's a full house. So they give you a free tour of St. Mary's on a golf cart when you come. Lots of different things. All right, folks, I got to get in the water before the tide changes. Happy winds from Sailing Zephyrn Yacht.